What's up guys, Justin here of Tech, and Vivo was mostly quiet during the first half of 2020. But now they're back with not one, but two mid-range devices. And leading the pack is this Vivo V19. It packs a 6.44-inch Super AMOLED display, a Snapdragon 712 chipset, a total of 6 cameras, and a large 4,500 mAh battery. Are those enough to steal the spotlight from other popular devices in its class? Let's find out. A lot of smartphones nowadays share a similar design, stepping out from the gimmicky pop-up cameras. They're now formed with full-screen displays, thin bezels, punch hole in the screen, large camera modules with multiple cameras, and fancy colors. The Vivo V19 is not an exception, and it possesses all those qualities, which are great by the way. Up front, we have a 6.44-inch display with a punch hole placement for two selfie cameras. Also found here is its in-display fingerprint scanner. On the left is a triple card slot tray for 2 nano SIM cards and a micro SD card that's expandable up to 512GB. Meanwhile, on the right are the power or lock button and the volume rocker. They're tactile, clicky, and are placed near the center of the frame, so they're easier to reach. Up top is the secondary microphone, while down at the bottom are the loudspeaker, USB Type-C port, main microphone, and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Flip it on its back and we can see the protruding camera module that houses 4 cameras and the LED flash, which honestly reminds us of the camera module found on current flagship devices. The camera bump doesn't make the phone wobble when placed on flat surfaces. Now the V19 is as premium as it can be with a 3D curved glass back, metallic frame, and glass panels. Despite that, holding the phone actually feels light. It's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, so better use a case or the jelly case included in the package. The unit we have is in the gleam black color, but there's also a sleek silver variant available. Now focusing on display, the V19 has a 6.44-inch O screen with slim bezels and just a slightly thicker chin. It's a common screen size today, but it's still great for multimedia consumption. It uses a Super AMOLED panel, so it has punchy colors, deep blacks, great contrast, and nice viewing angles. It also has a full HD Plus resolution with a pixel density of 409 ppi, which is good. It has Gorilla Glass protection that's not specified in Vivo's spec sheet, and you also get a pre-installed screen protector. While we can expect a very good viewing experience on the V19, some might find the dual punch hole distracting, especially if you're viewing a photo or video in full screen. Unfortunately, there's no option to hide it with a black bar, but you can control specific apps if you want them to maximize the whole display or not. For audio, its down-firing loudspeaker can be loud enough for a small room. Mids and highs are clear, but lows are lacking. If you want better audio quality, we still recommend connecting to an external speaker or headphones, and it's a good thing that the V19 has a headphone jack. Give us a like if you still use wired earphones. Now running the software is the newer FunTouch OS 10 based on Android 10. It's a youthful looking interface with a functional and easy to navigate layout. It's got new icons and dynamic wallpapers to make it look more, well, fun. Unlike previous FunTouch skins we've seen, the brand finally decided to place the shortcuts menu on top of the display together with the status bar and notifications. We do prefer this more than swiping up from the bottom of the display. For features, it has the Jovi Smart Assistant that works within other parts of the interface like the photo gallery and the camera, as well as child mode and driving mode. Also, expect a few bloatware and some pre-installed apps like Google Apps, Lazada, Kumu, and Gcash. Other notable features are the option to navigate with gestures, dark mode, app clone, digital well-being, and dynamic effects for more quirky animations. For storage, we have the 128GB model, which you can easily expand through its micro SD card slot. Under the hood, the Vivo V19 packs a Qualcomm Snapdragon 712 octa-core CPU, Adreno 616 GPU, and 8GB of RAM. It's a year-old chipset but still packs a punch even in 2020 standards. It can fluidly handle day-to-day tasks such as calling, messaging, social media browsing, video streaming, and the like. We didn't experience any noticeable delay when opening apps and when multitasking. In terms of gaming, it can deal with graphics-heavy games like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, Asphalt 9, and Mobile Legends, with just a few rare hiccups. Besides that, it's a smooth encounter and the Super AMOLED display really complements the graphics. By the way, there's also an Ultra Game mode that you can maximize for a boosted gaming experience. Although do note that the unit we got is an engineering sample, so we might see an improved performance in the final retail unit. In the meantime, check out the benchmarks we got. For biometrics and security, you can unlock the phone via face unlock and the in-display fingerprint scanner. Both work snappy, but the face unlock can struggle in challenging light scenarios. One small thing that we appreciate are the fun animations for unlocking that you can customize in the settings. To make sure that users can take full advantage of the features mentioned, Vivo equipped the V19 with a large 4500 mAh battery. Surprisingly, with the high-consuming display and performance, its battery can definitely last you a whole day. In the PC Mark's battery bench, it got a good 19 hours and 10 minutes. While in our video loop test, which involves playing a video on loop in airplane mode at 50% brightness and volume, we got a whopping 24 hours and 2 minutes worth of playback. Charging, on the other hand, takes about an hour to an hour and a half with its 33 watts flash charge 2.0. Now when it comes to cameras, the V19 wants to be your all-around shooter, packing 4 rear cameras consisting of a high-resolution 48-megapixel main, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, a 2-megapixel for bokeh effects, and a 2-megapixel macro lens. Under good lighting, we get shots with a good amount of detail and natural-looking vibrant colors. Besides the standard mode, you can play around with the ultra-wide angle, portrait, super macro, beauty, and of course its 48-megapixel lens for more details. Its HDR isn't perfect, but it works well too. As for night mode, you can use the ultra-wide angle lens with it, and the effect gives a subtle brightness without making the photos look grainy. It's pretty good. For selfies, the V19 wants to be versatile as well, so it has a 32-megapixel primary for high-resolution portrait shots and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, which is handy for selfies with a scenic background or with a group. We get clear and bright selfies that fall more on cooler tones, and it can really be handy to be able to use that ultra-wide angle lens with the front camera. The camera app itself packs a few selfie nifty features like its predecessors, such as the beauty mode, portrait mode, and a posture feature to guide you with some poses. For videos, you can shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second. As for price, the Vivo V19 is officially priced at 21,999 pesos. Now, Vivo's V series is well known for its cameras. But as for the V19, it seems like they're now considering more internal aspects that matter to a lot of users. It may have a year-old Snapdragon 712 chip, but it still provides a smooth multitasking experience. The display and battery life is outstanding, and of course, the cameras are loaded with useful features. It is quite in a tough position in the market right now with other competitive smartphones in this price range. But it seems like Vivo has a specific group of users in mind for the V19 and its toned-down version, the V19 Neo, that we reviewed in a separate video. And there you have it, guys. What do you think of the Vivo V19? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.